It's some few minutes past the morning on the 14th of May 2023, the day after the Opposition National Democratic Congress went into a nationwide primaries to elect its flag bearers and parliamentary candidates for the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. We are currently at the party's headquarters here in Adabraka in Accra. We are waiting the declaration of results, and this is Election Desk on GhanaWeb TV. On this special coverage, we will speak to some of the party's leadership, those in charge of the organization of this election, as well as bring to you the declaration of the results and some post interviews as well. But before then, let me get closer to the people or the men in charge of the putting all of this together. I'm talking about the party's election committee. The chairman himself is here. We'll get just a few words from him, and then we'll see. Sir, good morning. Your committee has overseen all of this, and we are almost at the juncture of closure.
Yes.
How has the exercise been so far?
So far, so good. Very competitive, very vibrant. It has changed our base, and we are very happy with the results that has come in so far.
Talking about the results, what can you tell us about the parliamentary elections?
Parliamentary elections are not declared here. They are declared at the voting centers in the various constituencies. So you may have to wait a while and then check the results from the EC's statement.
And the presidential election?
Our projection is that candidate Mahama will make more than 95%. So let's wait. Just be a little bit patient. We'll get there.
You made some few statements here, and you were very profound in your statement. The fact that saying that whoever emerges as winner of, or the presidential candidate will eventually become president of Ghana.
Yes, there's no doubt whatsoever about that. We are Ghanaian. Since 2017, when the Nekufa-Addo and Bawumia took over, they have destroyed this country. We all need redemption. We need liberation. We need freedom. And the only alternative government in this country will be formed by the NDC. And when we select our candidate, we are taking the very first step in getting a new president for 2025. That was the reason why I said what I said. There's absolutely nothing fun about it. If you know what is in your pocket, you understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mr. Friankra is here. If we'll try and get just something, a few words from Mr. Fri. Good morning. You are going ahead of the ruling New Patriotic Party. Right now, you have elected your parliamentary candidates and presidential candidates. Being ahead in terms of the processes, what is your message to the NPP going into 2024?
Today is a day for the NDC. Our message to the NDC is that looking at all the events that has culminated in where we are today, it shows that the party is in pole position and getting itself ready for the 2024 elections. So we should all rally around our leader and flag bearer and put in place whatever mechanisms we have to ensure that we win resoundingly come December 2024. So that's our message.
And to the MPP?
MPP, we are coming like Kakai.
Okay, so that is Mr. Friankra. He's also part of the electoral committee of the NDC, who from here go upstairs to the collation room, or you would call it the engine room, where the party is currently collating the results. We understand that they are almost done, and any moment from now the results will be declared. But then we will give you a sneak peek into what's happening up there in terms of the numbers, what they are putting together. So come along and then let's bring you that update. So we are we've finally gotten rare access to the operational room set up within the General Secretary's office, and we have all the big names here. The chairman himself is here, the General Secretary himself, the national organizer is also seated here, and on that screen, as you can see, is what the party itself has collated. Of course, according to the party, this is 100% of the entire result for the presidential election, and they are just waiting for the Electoral Commission to officially come in and announce the results. But in their own way, the party has actually collated all the results, and from your screen, His Excellency former President John Dramani Mahama has garnered 306,983, and his other contender, Kojo Bonsu, has garnered 3,209,000. Yes, and that's represents 100% of the collated results. Total of 276 constituencies. That is it. And the national chairman is here. We will just get some few words from the national chairman. Chairman, good morning.
Good morning.
The entire process, we are almost at the end, and what's your evaluation so far?
Well, I think that so far so good. Many people didn't think that we'll be able to pull through with this results, but with determination, we've been able to achieve what we have achieved. And so we are very satisfied with what we've seen.
Talking about determination, this is just one out of many, or the bigger hurdle lies ahead, which is the 2024 general elections. What forecasting into the future based on what has happened today, what can you tell us?
Well, I think that if for nothing at all, this contest has reawakened the spirit of our party rank and file. And I believe that if Dr. Adufo hadn't done anything at all, he has helped to energize the base of the party. So never mind the last minute withdrawal. I think his participation in the contest has helped us to energize the base. And today when I was going around, you could actually feel the 92 spirit returning into NDC. And I appear a little exhausted because I had to pick constituencies in 5 regions, and I had to do all those rounds before returning here in good time for the results to be declared. Unfortunately, because of the occurrences yesterday, the election couldn't start on schedule as we had planned. So in places where I went, basically the mean time for the beginning of the balloting was around 9:30. And there are areas, a few areas which started even after midday. And so maybe that might have accounted for the delay in completing the results and forwarding to us. But we are very satisfied with the outcomes so far.
You mentioned Dr. Adufo. Your critics say events leading up to today shows cracks within the NDC. Going forward, you would want to have a united front to win 2024. What are you looking at doing in terms of engaging Dr. Adufo or bringing him on board the campaign going into 2024?
I'm not sure Dr. Adufo has indicated that he has problems at all. Those who understand democracy know that democracy essentially is about divergence of opinions, because it is said that from clashes of opinions, sparks of truth emanate. So the very foundation of democracy is divergence of opinion. So for the fact that there has been a contest and people have held different positions and supported different candidates is not, a conclusive evidence that the party is divided. So those who are calling it cracks or division and so on, I'm sure they may not be telling the whole truth. We believe that some differences in opinion, some differences in expression of viewpoints are healthy for democracy, and that is what is playing out in NDC. Collation of results in an internal election like this nature, or shall I say electoral college results, is completely different from collation of results countrywide. In this particular case, you are not in competition with anybody. And so you can easily discount hackers and people who try to jam your system, because if you are up against a certain government who controls, basically means of communication and networks and so on, you need more than just this simple collation system, because you are up against powerful forces who, even while they are collating their results, would want to do something to, if you like, affect your own system of collation. So there are different results, but I'm not sure I will be able to, disclose what we are doing coming into 2024. Every party that is going into election, including LPG, claim that their candidate will be the next president. So it is part of politics, because if you know your candidate will not be a president, why would you go into the elections? So when you get to the outcomes of the election, that is where you are able to test who was right in their estimation.
This will be related to the parliamentary elections in the constituency of Mr. Nkommo Ketu North. What is happening there at the moment?
Well, the brief we have, and I always want to look at documents, because in situations like this, you'll be listening to many narrations when you are not on the field. And as I indicated earlier on, I was on the field in Bono East, Ahafo, Western North, and in Ashanti region. So I didn't get anywhere near Volta region. Okay, so since I am not, somebody who was present at the elections, I will choose not to talk about that yet, because we haven't seen documentation yet. But we have called for documentation. When we get the documentation, I'm sure that it will be very easy to deal with whatever is happening there.
So at the moment, do we have a winner in the elections that was conducted in the Ketu North constituency?
I can't comment on any further on that, because there are even different narrations as to, some are saying there was no declaration, some are saying that there was a declaration and a call for a runoff, and some are saying that Adam Agbana has been declared the winner. And that's why we want to look at.
Chairman, let me take you back to the parliamentary. This particular parliament, which is the 8th parliament, is very peculiar in its setup there in terms of the numbers. Seeing what has happened today, how optimistic are you in terms of winning a clear majority in the 9th parliament?
Chairman, please.
Unfortunately, the Electoral Commission is here, so I'm not going to answer that question for now. So let's go and listen to them so we can come to continue the interview if need be.
So there you have it, the national chairman of the opposition National Democratic Congress, Mr. Johnson Esiedu Nketia, giving his entire overview of the exercise today. The Electoral Commission is in the declaration of the presidential election. Results is expected to be done any moment from now. But again, as you can see from the evidence on that screen, His Excellency former President John Dramani Mahama is in a clear lead and will definitely be declared the presidential candidate of the NDC for the 2024 elections. So it looks like the time has come. Officials of the Electoral Commission, led by Deputy Electoral Commissioner Dr. Sribo Kweku, have arrived here at the NDC national headquarters in Accra for the declaration of the presidential results for the 2023 election results. They are being welcomed, as you can see in your shot, by the national chairman, Mr. Johnson Esedun Ketia, General Secretary, Mr. Fifi Fiabi Kwete, national organizer Joseph Yamin, and all the big names are here. In any moment from now, the Electoral Commission will officially take the platform and do the official declaration for the presidential primaries. But as you can see now, they are being these are officials of the EC being welcomed by the senior officials of the National Democratic Congress.
We were given the task to help supervise elections for you. It has taken it to the next day, which is Sunday, but these are the results. We have, when we are declaring results, we don't add titles, so forgive me if you think. We have John Dramani Mahama with 297,603. In percentage terms, it should be 98.9%. Then John Kojo Bonsu, he had 3,181. In percentage terms, it's 1.1. So we had in total 4,653 rejected ballots. The valid votes were 300,784. And the total vote cast was 305,437. On behalf of the chairperson of the commission, I duly declare His Excellency John Dramani Mahama duly elected with 98.9%. Thank you for the support, and may the good Lord bless all of us.
And let me especially use the occasion to congratulate the winner of the presidential primaries and now declared presidential candidate or flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, who now becomes the leader of our party, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for a great victory that has been chalked. I mean, for us, this is the beginning of the journey towards 2024. And we want to assure all of our supporters across the length and breadth of the country, and also the larger population of Ghana, that we are definitely going to make sure that this is the first of a long journey towards ensuring that we salvage this country come December 7, 2024. We are going to do everything possible to ensure that the confidence that has been reposed, not just in the leadership of the party, but through this election, I mean, the confidence that has been reposed in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that confidence is not let to go down at all. So on behalf of the party, I want to thank all of our supporters, our members, our sympathizers, who have actually been with us through this journey, right from the time we opened nominations for presidential and parliamentary primaries, through the whole process that went through to vetting, through the appeals process, all the way through the campaigning, until the very primaries that happened yesterday, and whose result we are declaring today. I want to also use the occasion to congratulate all of the aspirants who took part, especially in the presidential elections. Honorable Kwabena Dufour, who was my own boss, a former finance minister, for the hard work that he put in even though we pulled out in the final moment, we still want to applaud the very effort. We want to acknowledge that it took quite a lot of hard work to have done all that has been done. We want to acknowledge them. We want to acknowledge Honorable Kojo Bonsu as well for having taken part in this election and having toured the length and breadth of Ghana and having taken part all the way to the very end. We want to salute them. We want to say that all the work that has been done is leading to just one thing: the victory of the NDC and the salvation that the NDC promises to bring to this country come December 7, 2024. Let me also use the occasion to salute the hard work that has gone into the parliamentary primaries and all of the candidates that emerged victorious in the parliamentary primaries. And also the candidates that took part did their best but did not manage to win. We want to say, what is important is the NDC, and as long as the NDC works hard, there is victory for every single one of us. Not just those who have won, but also those who have tried very hard but still could not make it. All of us can still have that greater victory come December 7, 2024. And that victory is the victory that Ghana is looking forward to. We want to thank all of the delegates, every single one of them, through the effort, every effort that they have made to ensuring that we have had one of the most successful primaries as far as our party is concerned. All of you would have known the difficulties that had beset us, but we, as leaders of the party, were very determined that the of this country is so important, and these primaries are a very important indication that this party is prepared to do everything possible to ensure that victory is achieved come December 7, 2024. And we want to thank every delegate, all of our members, all of our sympathizers, all of the people of Ghana who actually wish us well. We want to thank every single one of you for being with us throughout this journey. We must say that it's been a very difficult process. As many of you will know, as at yesterday, at 2 days ago now, because I'm talking more Friday now, as at Friday, almost 6 p.m., we still hadn't been able to get the voting materials on their way. Now, so for us to still be able to pull that through and make sure that these voting materials reach their various destinations and ensure that we got elections starting today, yesterday now, and get results ready to be able to declare both the presidential winner and also the parliamentary winners. That clearly has been a very, very wonderful accomplishment. And as a party, we want to thank every single one of you who have supported us, who have helped us to be able to bring this result. Now, to simply signal that right after this, the real journey begins. This is the moment that we were waiting for, to have the leader of our party, to also have a good set of our parliamentary candidates. We are going to quickly now move into action to make sure we wrap up the remaining constituencies that we have not yet done. So we want to urge all of those constituencies to be in readiness, because we soon come out with a timetable to be able to wrap it up so that we can have the full set, and then we now can be fully ready to begin that beautiful journey that we believe that the people of Ghana expect for us to conduct towards the elections in 2024. So I want to once more thank every single one of you. Thank you, our ladies and gentlemen of the media. We want to thank the Electoral Commission for having cooperated with us, even though there were very difficult moments. As of yesterday, we had quite a bit of difficulties, but we were able to somehow resolve the problems. And at the end of the day, we've had a cooperation with them as well in order to have the result fully declared.
The victory of the NDC is coming again, and the people say, hey, Jobodo. The victory of the NDC is coming again, and the people say, hey, Jobodo. Say, hey, Jobodo. Say, hey, Jobodo. Say, hey, Jobodo. Say, Jobodo. And the people say, hey, Jobodo. Thank you very much. Good morning to you all. You know, once a general, always a general. Having listened to such brilliant presentation by the General Secretary, I don't have anything more to add, but to extend my deepest appreciation and thanks to the Inspector General of Police and the Ghana Police Service for a wonderful job done. On this occasion, they have proven that when they are challenged, they deliver. When we were embarking on this journey, we had meetings with the IGP and his team. And we told them that as a party, many people have expressed worries about the way the police perform their duties and so on. But as a party, we want to put them to test. We did that during the National Congress. They discharged their responsibilities very creditably. So we had no doubt at all when we challenged them this time around that we are going to give strict instructions that these elections will be vigilante free, and we want it to be violent free. So we told the IGP to instruct his men that they are in charge of the security of these elections. In the police, there are no women, they are all men. In the security services, they are men. We challenged them and said that they know us. If they don't deliver, we will nail them. But I'm happy to note that we have not, throughout the elections, we have not heard about any security breaches of any significance. I went around 5 regions. I visited selected districts in 5 regions. I can talk about the situation in Borough where I started. I proceeded to Borough East because everybody was scared that when you talk about Borough East and our capital, Techiman, it connotes not precisely peaceful environment. But I went there and I was pleasantly surprised by the scale of deployment and the professional work that was on display. I followed to Techiman North, went to Wenchi, Tyne, proceeded to Doma, and then to Ahafo, and then to Western North, before I ended in Ashanti region. And I can report that there was nowhere, absolutely nowhere, where I found the work of the Ghana Police Service wanting. So, colleagues, we want to thank you very much. We will have occasion to thank the IGP, and I believe that from here, the cooperation can even grow better. And we can rely on your professionalism, hopefully, when we approach our next elections. I also want to congratulate all the aspirants, both parliamentary and presidential. In fact, these presidential primaries has been one of the keenest in terms of movement, and activity and campaigning. And from where I stand, I can attest to the fact that it has delivered dividends to the party. If we had had a sole candidate, I don't think that anybody will spend time going around all the branches and constituencies of this party to speak to them. These elections have demonstrated the supremacy of the foot soldier of the party. And so I want to thank the aspirants very well. I want to thank the foot soldiers. One notable thing that we found has also been that money does not decide who gets the votes in NDC anymore. So we heard stories about big men, potentially rich men, who could win elections. They all could not win, in spite of their wealth and riches and the stories we heard about what they were threatening to distribute. But we are happy that so far the quality of candidates that have been produced in this election give us confidence that we will go into 2024 and win presidential and win a significant majority in parliament, and also deliver on the charge of rescuing this country. We are not going to say we have the men. We want the men to prove themselves. For you to say that, yes, NDC, you have the men. I want to thank the media. At times, you appear like pestering our lives. But when you are not present, we feel your need more. So wherever we went throughout this monitoring, the media were fully represented, carrying our stories live. And even this evening when I was being interviewed, I didn't know that it was going live. But that is the wonderful nature of your work. We can't thank you any more than to say God bless all of you. And we hope to count on you on our difficult path of marching towards victory 2024 and to rescue Ghana. Let me congratulate finally the winner of the presidential primaries, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In a few moments from here, he will be taking over from me as the leader of the National Democratic Congress. I believe that the party has enjoyed my brief stint as the leader of this party. And I have no doubt at all in my mind that the work of the leader of the party will still be on my shoulders whilst President Mahama becomes the nominal leader. And when I'm called upon to discharge that responsibility, I will not fail you. I will continue to deliver decisive leadership.